What if everything we thought we knew about the traveler's journey was only half the story? Since the release of Genshin Impact 6.0, the community has been buzzing with confusion. Some players are asking, how did the twins really arrive in Teyvat? Why did we originally see 2 stars in Teyvat's sky, but later learn that the twins came here by spaceship? And if no one is able to enter or leave Teyvat freely, how did our sibling manage to come find us in the first place? These questions have created some of the wildest theories in the fandom. And in this video, we're going to carefully piece them together and explore a timeline that actually makes sense. Buckle up, because there's spaceships, time travel, and Celestia's schemes all tangled in this story. Let's begin with the first puzzle. How did our sibling come from outside if supposedly no one enter or leave? Hoyoverse gave us a subtle but important hint about how our sibling got outside of spaceship without opening the door. The sibling's arrival in Teyvat is described as a response to a summoning by the heavens. And who had the technology to do something like that? Khaenri'ah. We already know Khaenri'ah possessed highly advanced technology, especially teleportation and manipulation of forbidden knowledge. It's not a stretch to think they summoned our sibling using the same methods. But there's a catch. Teleportation of that scale likely damages the mind or body. That would explain why our Abyss sibling lost their memories at first, only regaining them slowly over time. So, the simplest explanation? Our sibling didn't just walk into Teyvat, they were summoned into it by Khaenri'ah. And that's why there was no scene of our sibling leaving the ship, because they never leave, they were summoned by Khaenri'ah. Now for the real head-scratcher, the arrival of siblings. In the very first cutscene of Genshin Impact, both twins appear floating in the sky of Teyvat. Then, suddenly, the mysterious figure, Asmoday, appears, fights them, and captures our sibling, leaving us behind. That moment was burned into every player's memory as the beginning. But version 6.0 flipped the table. Suddenly, the story revealed that the twins actually arrived in Teyvat by spaceship and were in hibernation. And this created a paradox. If they came here by ship, then what was the cutscene showing? Was that scene even real? Or was it something else entirely? The answer might lie in time itself. Here's how the theory unfolds when we connect the dots. Arrival by ship. Both twins arrive in Teyvat aboard their spaceship and enter hibernation mode. The ship lands in Nodkrai. The summoning. Khaenri'ah summons one of the twins, our future Abyss sibling, out of the ship. The summoning damages their memory, which explains why they don't recall everything at first. Memory recovery. Over time, the sibling regains fragments of their past. By the time of the cataclysm, their memories are mostly restored. Version 5.7 event, Diridith. This is where things get complicated. In the 5.7 event, the traveler meets Diridith, a girl from Khaenri'ah, and hands her the spaceship's key. But this event is touched by Istaroth, the Shade of Time, meaning the timeline is no longer linear. Time loops and paradoxes are already in play. Diridith returns. Diridith goes back to Khaenri'ah and meets our Abyss sibling during the cataclysm. She shows them the key. By now, the sibling fully remembers us, the traveler, and decides to find us again. The reunion attempt. Eventually, the sibling locates us, but we are still in hibernation inside the spaceship. They wake us up, realizing that Celestia has set the entire situation up as a trap. The escape. The opening cutscene. The twins attempt to escape Teyvat. That's when Asmoday appears, fights us, and captures our sibling. This scene, the very first cutscene of the game, isn't the beginning, but rather the middle of the story, taking place after all these events. The 500-year skip. And here's the biggest twist. Istaroth, the Shade of Time, interferes during the battle. We, the traveler, are displaced 500 years into the future. This is why the game's story begins in the current timeline we play in today. To put it all simply, we arrive in Teyvat in spaceship with our sibling. Our ship landed in Nodcry. Both Sibling were in hibernation, but one of them were summoned by Khaenri'ah. Then version 5.7 event happened because of Istaroth's time meddling. Diridith returned back to Khaenri'ah during the Cataclysm and gave our ship key to Abyss Sibling. Abyss Sibling came to find us and woke us up to leave Teyvat, but got blocked by Shade of Space, then Shade of Time. Istaroth sent us 500 years in future, probably because they still planning something. It's messy, but when you consider Hoyoverse's obsession with time loops, paradoxes, and hidden timelines, it actually fits. Of course, nothing here is officially confirmed yet, but these are some of the most detailed and logical fan theories floating around the community right now. So what do you think, travelers? Do you believe in this timeline theory? Or do you have your own explanation for the twins' arrival? Let me know in the comments. I'll pin the most interesting one. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Genshin's biggest mystery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep the hype alive. Trust me, the story of Teyvat is only going to get crazier from here. Stay curious, travelers, and until next time, keep searching for the truth.